And we said that if I want to prove, if I want to find the derivative of a constant, every time the derivation of any constant is 0. So the derivation of 4 is what? What is the derivation of 4?
0.
Is 0. Yes. So the derivation of any constant, d over dx of 4 is 0. And also derivation of negative 3 is also 0. Derivation of negative or 1 over 7 is also 0, and so on. So the derivation of any constant is 0. This is the first rule. Derivation of any constant is 0. Now, and also I want to remember you that if I say d over dx or dy over dx or f prime of x, all of them, that's I'm talking about derivation. If you see any of them, I'm talking about derivation. Now, let's talk now about the second technique. Now, if you have a power of function like n raised to the power 4, okay, here you have n raised to the power 4, or x raised to the power 7, or w raised to the power 9. What will be its derivative? He told me that the derivation of d over dx for x, variable x, raised to any number is the same number, which is n, multiplied by x raised to the power n minus 1. So the derivation here of x raised to the power n is n x raised to the power n minus 1. What does it mean? That means if I have d over dx, or I ask you to find the derivative of x raised to the power 5. Look at me now here, step by step. Here I have 5. I will put this 5 here times x. Then I will go back to the number 5. Then I will say 5 minus 1 is what? 4. So the derivative of x raised to the power 5 is 5x raised to the power 4. Another example. Let's do this one now. The derivative of x raised to the power 7 is 7x, as I told you here, n x raised to the power n minus 1, which is 7 minus 1, which is 6. Let's talk another example now. The derivative of x raised to the power 12 is, look here, n, where's n? It's 12. X, n minus 1, that's mean 12 minus 1, which is 11. Is it clear?
Yes. Yes.
teacher.
Okay. Now, I want Dana. Dana, I want you now to find the derivation of x raised to the power 6 is what? What's the derivation of x to the power 6?
Um,
The rule is
L.
n x to the power n minus 1. يلا, where's n?
6.
6. Then
6x
أيوة, raised to the power,
of 6 minus 1,
which is
which is 5.
5. Thank you. Now, Mihad,
Yes, teacher.
x raised to the power 11.
It will be 11x raised to the power 10.
Thank you. Now I want Sima.
Yes, teacher.
What is the derivation of x raised to the power 100?
Okay. 100x to the power of 99.
Thank you. Hmm. Sadan,
Yes, teacher.
x raised to the power 50.
50x powers 49.
Thank you. 50x raised to the power 49. Now, so here, if I have a positive integer, as you see here, positive 50, positive 100, positive 11, positive x, 6, sorry, I will say that the derivation is n x raised to the power n minus 1.
Teacher,
Yes?
if we try to the power 2, okay,
Okay.
وبعدين حطيناها في ال n minus 1 هتبقى 1, so هيبقى 0, ال x تبقى 0.
No, wait. No, it will be 2x. Wait, I will give you.
أيوة
I will
2x
answer you.
قصدي الباور.
If you have x squared and if you have x. Okay? I want now to find the derivation of x squared. Yes, Shahid. Can you answer it? X squared?
x squared to the power 1,
Yeah, first it will be 2x to the power 1, which is equal to what? 2x.
2,
What about x raised to the power 1?
it will be x
1, first 1, x raised to the power
0,
0. Thank you. And x raised to the power 0 is what?
1.
1. So the differentiation of x always is 1.
Okay.
So if I have, it's like I am a ladder, or I am on a ladder. If I am at a constant x, now if I am at a constant, the derivation of a constant is 0. And the derivation of x is a constant. Like x is 1. If you have 2x, you will have 2. Later on, I will tell you that. For x squared, it's supposed to be 2x raised to the power 1. So like if you are going down to x raised to the power 1. And for x cubic, it will be 3x squared. So you are going down the ladder. This is for the derivation. You are going down, down. Constant, it will be 0. The x, it will be constant. And x squared and x cubic, you will raise down the power. Leave it now. Let's go back to my theorems. If you have a positive integer, x raised to the power n, we say that the derivation of it is x n x, sorry, is n x raised to the power n minus 1. What now if I have any real numbers like -4 or half or square root of 3? What I have to do? I will use the same theorem, but x to the power r, that's mean it's not n, it's an integer, it's r, which is an real number. The derivation of it will be r, it's the same, r x raised to the power r minus 1. What does it mean? If I have x raised to the power -2, what would be its derivation? It will be -2 x raised to the power -2 minus 1, because it is r minus 1. So it will be now -2 x, -2 minus 1 is what? -3. Then I can write it now as -2 over x cubic. So the derivation of x raised to the power -2 is -2 x raised to the power -3 or -2 over x cubic.
teacher
Yes.
احنا لازم نكتب x cubic.
You mean in the simplified form?
Mm.
Yes, you have to know it because sometimes it comes as a multiple choice. You have to know how to convert it. Now, let's have another example. We have now x raised to the power half. What's the derivation will be? It will be half x raised to the power half minus what now? Minus 1. Is it right?
Yes.
Yes.
Half x raised to the power half minus 1. Then half x. Half minus 1 is what? Negative half. Is it right?
Yes.
Yes, teacher.
Then I will write it as half. Then, as you know, x raised to the power -m is 1 over x to the power m. So this one, I can write it as 1 over x raised to the power half. Then, and also, you know that x raised to the power 1 over m is the square root, the mth root of x. So here I will have 1 over 2 times 1 over square root of x, because x raised to the power half is as the same as 1 over x. Then, if you retyping them, it will be 1 over 2 square root of x. Is it clear?
Yes, teacher.
Let's take another example. X raised to the power negative 1 over 3. What is the derivation of it? It will be negative 1 over 3 x, negative 1 over 3, then what? Minus 1. Now, negative 1 over 3x. Now, negative 1 over 3 minus 1, it's like minus 3 over 3. You will add them, so it will be negative 4 over 3. Is it right?
Yes.
So, here, negative 4 over 3. Then, as I told you, if you have x raised to the power, or to the negative sign, you can write it as 1 over x raised to the power 4 over 3. Is it right? Because x raised to the power m is 1 over x raised to the power m. Now, also, if you have x raised to the power m over n, I can write it as nth root of x to the power m. N is down, I keep it up, and up is down, I keep it down. M is up, I will keep it down here. So x raised to the power m over n is the nth root of x raised to the power m. So here, x raised to the power 4 over 3. How can I rewrite it now? Who can tell me?
X to the power 4 to the cubic root.
Thank you. So here, I can write it as negative 1 over 3, then cubic root of x raised to the power 4. Is it clear now?
Yes,
Yes.
teacher.
Yeah.
Now, if you have x raised to the power by as an example, you will say it is by x raised to the power by minus 1. If you have x raised to the square root of 2, you will say it's the square root of 2 x raised to the power square root of 2 minus 1. This is for an derivation of x raised to a power. If it is real or integer, you'll have the same theorem, the same formula, but you will take care about the numbers.
Teacher, مش you said it will be 0?
Which is 0.
The derivation of pi زي الكونستانت.
No, if it is only by, you will say the derivation of it is 0. But if you have x raised to the power by, you will say as by x raised to the power by minus 1. If it is by only, If it is by without variable, it will be 0. But if it is with a variable, it will not be 0.
So teacher, pi minus 1 means 22 over 7 minus 1.
Yes. Is it clear?
Teacher, can you repeat again?
Which one?
The revision of boy, because I don't listen you.
Type, okay. Now, here, if you have derivation of by with itself, by only by, and by alone, the answer is 0 because it's a constant. But if x raised to the power by, here, no, I will not say 0 because it's a number like x squared and x cubic. I know that x squared is 2x raised to the power 1, but the derivation of 2 is 0. But this one is different than x squared. And here also is the same. A by, the derivation of it is 0, but the derivation of x raised to the power by is r, which is by, x raised to the power by, which is r minus 1. Is it clear now?
Yes, teacher.
Yes.
Now, let's solve these examples now. X raised to the power by, we say that it is by x to the power by minus 1. Now, let's go to talk about the second one. 1 over x. What's the derivation of it? Look here on what I have to do. I can write it as 1 over x is x raised to the power what? What is the power raised to it now? Negative 1. X raised to the power negative 1 is 1 over x. Is it right?
Yes.
Yes, teacher.
Then, yeah, what is the derivation of x raised to the power negative 1?
Negative 1.
Negative 1
1x,
x raised to the power
negative 1
Negative
minus
2.
1.
negative 1 minus 1. So it have to be negative 1x raised to the power negative 2 or negative 1 over x squared.
Teacher عادي نقول negative x على طول without a negative 1.
How it would be negative x if x is down?
لا يعني before simplification.
Ah, yes,
لما
yes,
كانت
yes. Ah, yes.
okay.
So here, the derivation of 1 over x is negative 1 over x squared. Now, I want Dareen. Where's Dareen?
Yes, teacher.
Look here, Dareen. Here I have 1 over w, not 1 over x. So
Okay.
because of that, I will say the derivation d to dw because the variable here is w.
Yes.
Okay, now, so the derivation of w 1 over
W to the power of negative 100.
it will be w raised to the power negative 1 over 100. Then
Negative 100
Negative
the,
100
W
W, thank you, raised
to the power negative 101.
thank you, negative 100 minus 1. So it will be negative 100 W raised to the power 101. How can you rewrite it now, Darien?
It will be 1 over
No, negative 100 over.
negative 100 over W to the power of 101.
Thank you so much, Darien. This is the answer of D over W, dW for W raised to the power negative 1 over, 1 over W raised to the power 100. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay. Let's solve now this one. D over dx for x raised to the power 4 over 5. Where's Tala?
Yes, teacher.
رجل المهمات الصعبة. Yes, Tala, يلا.
Yes.
D over dx for x raised to the power 4 over 5.
Yeah. بتصير 4 over 5
Thank you.
x.
Then
4 over 5 minus 1.
thank you. Then 4 over 5 x. Then 4 over 5 minus 1.
1 over 2.
No, look here. 4 over 5 minus 5 over 5.
Yes.
Is it right? Because 1, I can write it as 5 over 5. 4
It will
minus
be
5.
negative 1 over 5.
Negative 1 over 5. Thank you. Then how can we write it now? 4 over 5.
4 over 5, 1 over 1x.
أيوة 1 over x and x raised to the
To
power
the power of 5.
1 over 5.
1 over 5.
Then x to the power 1 over 5. How can we write it?
What, teacher?
x raised to the power 1 over 5. How can we write it as what?
It will be 1 square root of x to the power of 5.
No, it will be fifth root of x. 1 is and down and 5 is up. The opposite here.
x بس x واحدة without the 1.
Here you have x raised to the power 1 over 5. X raised to the power 1 over m. I can write it as, look here, 1 up and m down. So in the square root, it will be the opposite. M up and 1 down.
Yes. Okay.
So here, it will be 1 over fifth root of x to the power 1. And here, I will write it 4 over 5 as 4 here and 5 down. So the answer is 4 over 5, the fifth root of x. Thank you so much, Tala.
Thank you, teacher.
Yalla. Now, I want who can help me? Shahid Yasser, are you here?
Yes, miss.
Are you open from iPad or what? From where you open the virtual classroom?
From the phone.
From phone. Type. Okay, I want you now to solve the last one. D over dx for a cubic root of x.
Okay.
Yeah.
It will be
No. I want you to write.
okay.
Yeah.
من icon again.
Yes, right. Yeah, I want you to write on the screen.
Okay.
will be. Oh, I will remove. It will be x to the power of 1/3.
Thank you.
Then it will be. Give me a second. It will be 1/3x. So, teacher. Teacher, can you hear me?
Yes, continue.
Okay, it will be 1/3x to the power 1/3 minus 1, I think. Miss Wala, till now it's right.
Stop. Wait. Here you have x. Okay, you write as x raised to the power 1/3. Thank you. Then after that, you will say it is 1/3 because it is r x raised to the power r minus 1. So 1/3 x, and what is n here, or r? It is 1/3 minus 1. Yalla, continue now.
Okay. It will be 1/3x to the power 1/3 minus 3/3, which should be negative 2/3. So,
Okay.
and then it will be can I make it إنها تبقى x/3 ولا لأ؟
This is 1/3 x to the power negative 2/3.
Okay. ممكن تكون ال x/3 ولا لأ؟
Wait, please.
Okay.
Okay, now 1/3 x raised to the power negative 2/3. Then if you rewrite it now, it will be 1/3 x, and negative 2/3, you will write it as 1/x to the power 2/3.
Okay. Thank you.
Then after that, here I have x raised to the power 2/3. So I can write it as x, yalla, tell me.
The square root of x squared, the cubic root.
Cubic root of x squared. Thank you. And here what you have to write?
1/3.
Thank you so much. So the answer here is 1/3 cubic root of x squared. This is the derivation of cubic root of x. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes.
طيب okay, I have now 1 minute left. Shall I take another example? طيب, let's solve okay, let's solve like x raised to the power negative 2 over 3. For this one, it will be x to the power negative 2 over 3. So negative 2 over 3 x raised to the power negative 2 over 3 minus 1. Is it right?
Yes.
Then
Yeah.
here it's have to be 3 over 3. So it will be negative 5 over 3.